Hi, my name's Tom Blake. I am a certified residential specialist with RE/MAX Liberty, and I'm here with...
I'm Brieanna Kelley. I'm the branch manager of AnnieMac of Leominster.
And Brie is a very highly talented and qualified loan officer and broker, in a managing broker.
Oh, yeah.
At AnnieMac, and she is a really great go-to for all things mortgage. And one of the things that I run into pretty consistently everybody loves looking at Redfin, Zillow, and saying, boy, would I like to buy that house. Yes, I would. The fact of the matter is we can't really go looking for a house without knowing what you can afford. And I'm surprised by how many people don't understand that they need to get pre-approved for a mortgage before they go looking for a house, especially in this market.
Yes.
So I would like to ask you the basics of how to apply for a mortgage.
Absolutely.
So we're going to pretend I'm stupid, which is really easy for me, actually, as it turns out. So
Don't listen to him.
But no, I'm just gonna play dumb, right? And I'm gonna ask some questions and where to start. So and again, whether you're a first-time home buyer or whether you're re-entering the market, understanding the mortgage process is absolutely crucial. Would you agree?
I agree.
Okay, great. So let's talk about understanding where to start. So checking your credit score. So what would you do to check a credit score, and how can you do that on your own?
Okay, so there's a couple of things. I think that you have things like Credit Karma and other apps like that show that you have your credit score. Unfortunately, that is not your real credit score. That is actually something that they use their own algorithms to be able to produce what a score might look like. It has different ranges than what an actual credit score is, like they're 350 to 900, where credit bureaus are really 337 to 823. I know it sounds a little quirky, but typically there's different ranges within those scores. Plus, it actually doesn't have what the actual credit reports are using for your credit scores. So my recommendation is two things. I love those apps, regardless, even though your credit score is not right, to be able to track information on there, to see what is present, if there's any errors, which a substantial amount of credit reports do have errors. Sometimes they're very minor, doesn't affect anything with your credit report, like a previous address or something like that. But it is important for you to be able to review. So you do have access to your credit report through annualcreditreport.com. It's free. There's a couple of different ways that people will tell you to do it. In the beginning, if it's the first time ever looking at your credit, because there's 3 credit bureaus, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Okay?
Yep.
So I would recommend that you pull all 3 of them through annualcreditreport.com.
How come? I'm just curious. Why all 3 of them? Oh, well, no, I understand, but why all 3 of them?
Because you could have one credit bureau that has an error and the other 2 that are not. What we do is called a tri-merge credit report. So if you have something that's showing as a serious delinquency on one of the credit bureaus, it could affect what you're seeing for qualification. So it's very, very important because we use all 3 of the credit bureaus in a mortgage. So there's the other piece to that is too, what happens if you're an authorized user on a credit card of maybe even X or something, and that person decided to no longer pay that on time and you didn't know because you're not the one receiving the bills.
Oh, yeah.
Guess what? That's on your credit.
Yeah, yep. Especially anybody in a strange situation where you co-signed on a card or something like that, or maybe
we've seen it.
Okay, yep. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
One of my other big things that I tell people for this, do not pay for the service. They try to get you in the credit bureaus, and I'm sure if any of them are watching this right now, they're not going to like that, but do not pay for the service. The credit scores, like we talked about, you can get them free through a lot of the times your bank, your credit union, your credit card, whatever. Do not pay for the services. Do the free monitoring. That's great. You can lock credit report down that way if you needed to, if there was fraud. But yes, that is my recommendation, is to view in each of the credit bureaus, all 3 of them.
So that was a ton of information. So I'm going to slow it down just a little bit for a second. So annualcreditreport.com. So all one word, annualcreditreport.com.
Right.
You can pull from Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax, right?
Correct.
Okay. and you want all three of them because you're looking for potential, like, what the heck is this, right? Or delinquencies that you didn't know was there. Maybe you're having some troubles where your credit score isn't raising even though you're doing all the right things, and you don't know why. Well, there's how to find out, and you could probably help them.
Yes.
Okay, so